Thank you, Greg. I'm Pete, this is Vitor, and we're standing between you and lunch. So in the banking world, digital transformation is at the top, or near the top, of almost everyone's agenda, probably Brexit being the only exception at the moment. But what do I mean by digital transformation? Because it's not simply taking a banking model and moving it into a digital world. It's how a bank or financial institution can fully engage with its customers across all its channels. Okay. So it's not just about the next best offer, it's about the next best interaction. So how can banks, building societies, financial institutions, credit unions, challenger banks, how can they actually do all this stuff? Okay, so they're going to need a full digital banking stack. So that's a core banking system, probably some sort of integration layer, maybe a service bus, some middleware, lots of middleware to do all the clever stuff, and then some apps. Some apps for customers, but also back office apps, apps for the bank, and also front office as well, so contact center and branch. So in September last year, we were standing on a stage just like this at Finovate in New York, and I asked the question, what's a reasonable time period to deploy a full new digital bank? Now, as you'll be aware, Americans are shy and retiring people, so nobody bothered to answer me, but I think a reasonable estimate was somewhere between 1 year and 2 years. So back in New York, we demonstrated, we loaded a full digital bank in the cloud. We launched an internet banking browser application, and we executed a transaction live on stage, all in 7 minutes. Okay, so here in London today, how do we top that? So we're going to try and launch a full digital bank in a cloud, wire it up to a core banking system, create and compile a mobile application, download it onto an iPhone, fire it up, and execute a transaction, all within about 5 minutes. So this could go horribly wrong. Vitor.
Never happens. All right, hey guys. So just give some context on what we are seeing now. We are starting on the ebankIT Studio. This is our development app, an application that is used by ebankIT, by our partners, and by our clients. On the left, you have some of our current projects, POCs, in the middle, a newsfeed and a support area that we provide to our customers, and on the right, features that are currently under development. Let's go and create a new project. So let's call this FinovateEurope. Deploy this to Azure. Next. And while I do this, Pete, do some talking.
Okay, so now Vitor is configuring access to all the project environments in Azure. So we need access to the servers, so the virtual servers, some sort of database, and also a repository where we can actually put the compiled code when we compile it. Now, today we're using Microsoft Azure, but this could be AWS, it could be any cloud platform, or we could just deploy to a local host.
All right, so now we are essentially just connecting to the Azure environments, to the machines that are up and running, and making sure that the environment is ready to receive an ebankIT solution. After this, we are also adding some supporting databases, essentially just making sure the environment is ready. This is our dashboard now. We have our project ready. We have actually just the environment ready, not a project. What we can do now is essentially either deploy a brand new solution or import, duplicate a solution from an existing project. For today, we will be deploying a new one. We will be installing the whole platform, the whole back office tools, and just the iOS app to make this a bit faster. We will be connecting to our friends from Mambu. And Pete, you can do also some talking.
Thank you. OK, I'll talk. So while we're waiting for this all to compile, it's going to take a few seconds to do that. You'll notice on the previous screen we had some core banking systems. There were a bunch up there that we had. So we're core agnostic. We can connect to any core. But those are the ones that we have pre-built connectors for. Now, today we're using Mambu. So thank you to our friends at Mambu for letting us play in their sandbox. And also, the other thing I'd say is we're producing this solution for retail banking. But actually, the platform fully supports business banking and corporate banking out of the box.
And SME and business and all that. So, solution compiling. This is just a mobile iOS app and solution deployed to Azure. What we have now essentially is our, I would say, ebankIT environment, fully set, middleware, channels, all that, and we have a Mambu core banking system. They are still not talking together. So next step, map the core banking system to our platform. Because Mambu is one of those core banking systems, as the ones you saw on that list that we fully support and have pre-built configuration to them, it's quite straightforward to do the connection. So now you can see that we have our project, and we can launch the mobile banking. If we can now change to the mobile app, please. Thank you. If we read the QR code that we have here, we can install the ebankIT app. You can see it installing there. we don't have the Android app because we have not selected it during our configuration. So application installed, let's open it. Let's go to our login. And what we are doing now is essentially logging in with our default user. The 100 is one default user that will map on these testing development environments, will map to the first user that exists on the core banking system. Okay? So we have logged in. You can see our balance. You can see our latest transactions. Actually, yesterday we were testing this. The header is the name we got for the transaction during the test with header. And we will just attempt to do a transfer between my accounts. You gentlemen, you there. Can you give me a number between 1 and 100? 98. 98.
Ooh.
Again, ooh. You're getting the header. And your name? Simon. Simon. Done. Continue. So this is the confirmation screen, and if we continue, we should, well, it should work. Okay, so we have transferred money from one account to other account. Going back to the PC, please. Thank you. If we go back to now, we are actually, if you see the URL, we are connecting to mambo.com. This is no longer our environment. We are logging into the sandbox we have with Mambo. If we now navigate to clients, we just want to make sure that everything is properly installed and the transactions are being correctly registered and all. It should because it works, but anyway, let's check that. So if we go to our YBN account, the account which we made the transfer from, I don't want to do that. Transactions, and you see here $98. And if we go to the details of the transaction, the name we used for the details, Simon, is actually registered here. So.
Great job, Vitor. Thank you for doing that. So the reason why we are able to do that is because ebankIT has developed a full omnichannel digital banking platform. We have everything. So all we need to do is stitch it into a core banking system, change the look and feel, change the branding, change the content, add a few customizations, and then we're ready to go. If you want to find out more, come see us at our stand. Thank you for your time. We're ebankIT.